What's up, guys? Weather Wednesday coming at you with another Raid Shadow Legends video. And today, well, yesterday, it's a very big day for my account because for the first time in the 4.5 years that I have been playing Raid Shadow Legends, it finally happened. It finally happened. I'll show you right here. I finished in Platinum in Classic Arena. First time ever. Number 497. I just squeaked in. The rewards were not the best. All 6 pieces of gear got sold immediately. They're all terrible in sets I don't particularly like, even though Swift Parry has made a bit of a comeback as of late. All the pieces were garbage. I got a Void Shard and 100 gems. Care more about the shard than the gems. I mean, I spent probably 100 gems getting it done. Couple refills plus refreshes, but still, it's a very big deal. This means I am now a top 500 player at least one time in one area of the world on one day in one area of the game. So that was very exciting for me. And if you don't think that I'm going to milk this as much as possible, well, you'd be completely wrong, because this is very exciting, and I feel like it shows a big progress that I've made in my account over the years, especially over the last year. Like I've gotten a little bit luckier in something that was very difficult for a very long time. Is I just did not have great arena champions for the longest time. I had a few here and there, mostly support champions, but I just didn't have the right ones. I couldn't get good nukers for the longest time. But that's me. What you're really here for is what you're really here for is to learn how you can maybe replicate this if your account is progressed enough. Now, obviously, if you're a brand new player, you're not spending a whole lot of money. Uh, it's gonna be a much bigger task. Now, I've been playing 4.5 years, and I spent a grand total of I think $70. Now, if you do the quick math, that's not very much per year, and compared to, how some people spend in this game, it's basically nothing. It's a rounding error to nothing. I bought some gems. One time I bought a 4-pack of void shards so that I could get to 40 shards so I could get a guaranteed seer, which is the only seer that I've ever gotten, and that was like 3 years ago. This year I've spent $10, so it's not about spending a whole lot of money. I could have done it without spending any. Sometimes buying that monthly pack of gems just makes your life a little bit easier, but how did I do it? How did somebody who doesn't really spend a lot of money, and I'm not a big enough creator that I'm getting those like very special, very exciting weekly rewards from Plarium or anything like that. So don't think that's the secret. How did I sneak into platinum? Let me tell you, it was surprisingly easy. Now, it did take 3 weeks. It did take 3 weeks of me attempting this because I had to learn. The first week, I really didn't know what I was in for. The second week, I was so close. I just made one little mistake. I took a fight that I shouldn't have, and it kind of messed me up. And then I won a battle, but it was too late, and I screwed myself over a little bit. But this final week, I just snuck in. Now you see, there's this little bar here that shows how close you are to getting to platinum. Now, uh, I've had people tell me, I'm in platinum, but it's Monday. Getting into platinum on Monday doesn't mean anything. It means that you did a lot of fighting in Classic Arena on Monday, but nobody cares about getting in platinum on Monday or Tuesday or Wednesday. The only thing that matters is Sunday, now afternoon. A few months ago, it was more like Monday morning, at least my time. I don't know if the reset is the same for everybody across the world. I'm in North America. I'm on the West Coast, so it's 1 p.m. my time. I don't know how that translates around the world, but my time. And these points are not 3582. It gets a little over 4100 or so, depending on the week. But basically, early in the week, it doesn't really matter where you are. But as the week progresses, you need to start getting a little bit closer, or you better have a whole lot of battles available. But it's much easier, if, say, like Thursday, Friday, you start getting a little bit closer, pushing a little closer to 4,000, 4,100 by Sunday afternoon, my time at least. You got to be close. You have to be in the ballpark. Now, if you are pushing for like top 100, it's a completely different game. The difference between like I was 497. The difference between me and like top 100 is not that big points wise. It's a crazy race to get between that like 100 500. The difference is like 40 50 points, something crazy like that. So if you have a super fast team, super strong team and a very pesky defense, you could really make a push. Now, I don't have the peskiest of defenses. I have a good defense. Uh, this is actually this is the defense that I've been using, and it's working pretty well. Uh, I can take out Carnage, and there are other options there, like maybe Torment or something. But the last couple weeks, like this has been working out really well for me. It scares people off, and that's the number one thing is you want to scare people off with your defense. It doesn't have to be the best defense. It has to be a slow defense where people just don't want to fight it. Now, unfortunately, as I've noticed, there's a lot of teams like this. You're going to see a lot of Marishka. You're going to see a lot of Galathier. You're going to see a lot of scary mythical champions. You're going to see like Nice and Nell and people you just don't want to mess with. But what you really want to do is just play with this edge. You play with the edge where you get real close. And let me tell you, with about 10 minutes left, you got to be within range, right? People really start pushing pretty hard with about 10 minutes left, but then it gets real crazy with like 2 minutes left. People go bonkers. Now, if you're going top 100, you got to be battling for like a half hour to an hour, maybe. If you're really trying to push for like top 10, top 50, top 100, you're going to need a little more time to try to really get some battles. So, you Ash came out with a video 2 3 weeks ago where he was battling. It took him a full hour. I don't remember where he ended up in the end, but you need a little more time if you're really trying to push for the top. But if you're just trying to squeak in, like I did, maybe for number 497, maybe you're number 250, whatever. You gotta stay close to the edge, and then what you want to do is for the couple minutes left, you want to be just outside of platinum. So you get into platinum, you let people slowly pass you because this point, the total points that you need to be in, slowly creeps up 1 point at a time. You hit refresh, you hit refresh. You don't actually refresh the list. What you do is you go out of the game and then you go back in this way, and then you can check the tiers. And this number is going to creep up. Right now it's at 351, 3581, but it ended up just over 4100. And what you got to do is at the very end, you want a fresh list of very beatable teams. You're going to want to see things like this, like an arbiter, like a single champion, or very easy speed teams that you're going to want to be. And I do have some examples that I want to show you of some very easy wins. I got, you know, sees this shows locked point phase. It shows you my last battles. My last battles, insanely easy actually, because I was in gold 5 technically, and I've got a list of gold 5 uh, teams that I can take down. Here's another list. relatively easy teams that I personally can beat. This team, not that good. The team with you know, Harima, that looks a little bit slower, but having the right team sometimes can really make a difference. So what you really want to do is you want lists of just like really bad teams that you can go up against, and then you can sneak in. What's this? This is my defense. Now I think that this last defeat, it may have missed. Yeah, if you look at 11 minutes 55 seconds, I think it just missed. If this had happened on time, maybe I wouldn't have made plat. But basically, the last hour, this one doesn't really matter. That I mean, I won it, so it helped me a little bit, staying as I was trying to climb the ladder a little bit. And this didn't hurt that much. I did lose to a turtle team. Turtle teams are very good on offense. They do have counters though, so on defense you don't necessarily want to go with those, but it can work out because turtle teams are tough. Just kind of depends on who you're going up against. But basically, you just want a scary team that people don't fight that much for. So as you can see here, I ended up at exactly the number of points I needed to be. Now, I'm guessing like 3 people got to that point like a second or two after I did or whatever. So I just squeaked in. If I had one more point, I would have jumped up 10, 20 spots. It's that close. So you're not guaranteed by any means. And this did take me 3 weeks to figure out. And it was a little bit of luck. And you're going to need a little bit of luck unless you just have like a crazy good team. But you also do need good teams that can take on things. I did get very lucky with, my gold 5 run down at the very end. You're not always going to do that. Maybe you need to click a few refreshes to get lots of easier battles. That's very important things. So you got to be willing to spend some gems. Realistically, it's not an insane amount. You can only spend so much in 2 minutes. But you if you're willing, if you really want to do this, you're going to have to spend a few gems probably, unless you just have really crazy good teams, good luck, and you got a bunch of refills or whatever. So, what do you got to do? Well, you also need to have some pretty fast offensive teams. Now, the turtle team definitely works for a lot of things, but you got to know who you're going up against. If you're going up against a block damage team, you're probably going to struggle with the turtle team. Now, what I like to do, um, I really don't recommend necessarily going on auto because things can go horribly wrong. Uh, as long as you can click your fingers or your mouse fast enough. Now, I do it on my phone. It's a little bit faster than doing it on my PC. So that's why I don't have like footage of me actually doing it. Maybe I'll do that sometime. Ooh, that did not work out super well. Okay. A quick 17 seconds. You want a team that's going to hopefully win in under 30 seconds. If not 30 seconds, maybe a minute. You just want, you can auto a team like this. Like if you get a lot of like one man defenses and they're not tricky like Leonardo or something silly like that. Now, unfortunately, there's so many like counters and stuff that sometimes battles take a while. But you can do it and you can sneak up those points. If you can get some really quick wins, I don't know. I don't know if this chicken might be really good. It might not work out. Let's see if I can take care of business against the chicken. Okay, we just got that done. Crazy things happen, with one's a submission, with different gear, different relics. Crazy things happen. So you got to be careful and you got to be a little bit lucky. But you can definitely do it. Now, what teams Offensively, do I use? I've got a few ones. This is my speed arbiter team. It usually works just fine. I've also got different variations of Volcanos teams. One with Tormin. I got one with Marishka and Duchess. I got one. I recently pulled Ashnar, who's insane. So it just kind of depends on who you're going up with, who you're going up against. Now, if I run into Siegfried, I've White King is a great counter for Siegfried. So I did use that once. There was I think it was a solo Siegfried. So I was like, well, I've got the perfect counter for him, which is White King, and he can one shot him. And so I do use the turtle team as well. But surprisingly, the one I use the most is just the good old fashioned Arbiter speed team because I know that in Gold 5 or quite frankly, even in Platinum Arena, I have a decent speed for my Arbiter, so it kind of works out for me most of the time. I don't have the fastest arbiter in the world, but usually if I see a defense in Classic Arena that is Arbiter based, that means they don't have somebody insane on their roster. They don't have like Galathier, they don't have like Arbaeus, they don't have Lazarius or some crazy speed demon on their team. So they're just using Arbiter like me. And I know that my Arbiter's probably faster, so I'm probably okay. So you need to find out what works for you and just stay on that edge. And hey, maybe you can too. So let me know if you have tried this before, if you already knew this, if this is, common knowledge. I don't think everybody knows. I think a lot of players that have, attempted this as well, they kind of know. I mean, this was kind of well known amongst like my clan and stuff. Like this wouldn't surprise everybody, but if you are, building your account and you're thinking, man, I'd really like to get platinum someday, well, try it. It's kind of fun. Now, honestly, live arena has kind of taken precedence for a lot of players over the last couple years. But a lot of people still really like classic arena. Now, maybe you're more of a PvE person. Absolutely nobody cares about tag team arena. Personally, I only do it just basically for the shards and because it's really easy points for personal CVC. But classic arena I'd still say is like close to live arena in importance. Now, unfortunately, I did not get the avatar. I don't know what the odds are of getting the avatar, but they don't seem particularly high. Let's see. Uh, can we see? Okay, platinum avatars. There's a couple of them here. They're hard to get. I have a clanmate who's been trying for months to get one of these, and he usually finishes in platinum when he tries. It's hard. Now, ultra platinum, I'm not getting that. And you probably aren't either, unless you spent a few $100,000 on the game or whatever. Uh, that one is quite difficult, but one day, platinum avatar could be mine. Could be mine, could be yours if you try this. Let me know what you think of this. And yes, I will be talking about how I'm a platinum finisher for the rest of my raid career because it's true. Might not be best in the world, but hey, I finished plat, and that's pretty special for somebody that's played 4.5 years. And honestly, I never thought it would happen until the last, you know, until those turtles came out, and then I thought, hey, if I got all those turtles, they're crazy good. Might stand a chance. And you know what? I probably could have done it without them, but they're really good too. So try things out, see what works for you, and don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. and come hang out with us someday. I do live stream uh, evenings, like 8 p.m. Pacific time, generally. Few weeknights every week, and we have fun. We talk about the game, and sometimes I do free live takeovers. So if you need help, if you need, hey, maybe you need some help on making some arena teams, I can help you out. Come hang out with us sometime, and don't forget to like and subscribe. That would help out a lot. Thanks so much for watching on Weather Wednesday, and hey, you'll see me in Platinum Arena. Maybe. See ya.